All right, hello. This is a tutorial on OnShape to create the laser cut parts for your Mousetrap car. Because you always have the opportunity to pause this video, I'm going to be going a little bit fast, but don't worry. Like I said, you can always pause it there. All right, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create our file. So we're going to head up here into the top left corner, select create, then document and name it how we want. For this, let's just say Mousetrap car laser cut parts and create. All right, then we get a workspace just like this. Because our laser cut parts are going to be in a 2D space, we're going to want to make a sketch. So the first thing to do to make a sketch is we're going to head right over here to the top left hand corner. We're going to select sketch. Then it's going to ask us to select a sketch plane. The easiest one to work in is the top plane. So I'm going to hover over this top corner here. If you notice, if I try to go over here, it might highlight the front. So it's best to stick to the corner to make sure the top one is selected. Once I select that, it creates the sketch. Now, to give us the top-down view we want, we're going to head over here to this little cube and select top. All right. The next thing is we want to actually see our workspace without this stuff in the middle. So over here, we see top. We can close that eye. Same thing with front. Close the eye, and the right, hide the eye. So now we just have our sketch. So the next thing we want to do here is we want to create our side piece. So for the side, we're first going to click this little corner rectangle here. If you want to create it from the center point, you can do that as well. It's totally your choice. And you're going to drag and create your side. Now, as soon as I let go of the mouse, it automatically highlights this box right over here. So because this box is highlighted, it means I can just enter the dimensions directly in. So I'm just going to enter 12 inches. So if I want to work in inches, I want to make sure I type in IN. We hit enter, and it automatically makes it that size. Now this box is highlighted, so now we get to change the height of our box. So let's just say we want it to be 3 inches. All right, and it automatically changed that. Now the next thing we need is space for our bearings. Now, because we need to find out where the center is, we're going to select the line tool and then the construction tool up here so that this way it doesn't actually apply on our drawing. We're going to hover over the side until we see that little middle thing, drag over to the other middle thing there, and now we have our centerpiece. Now we have this on the end. We can just hit escape and get out of there. All right. Now I want my bearings to be in enough so that it doesn't cut off. I've already pre-measured the bearings and I have 0.86 of an inch. So I want to place them at least 1 inch inside. So I'm going to do the same thing. Select line, select construction, select this corner here. I'm just going to click past an area. Then it highlights that box so we can enter a very specific size. Hover over that, 1 inch, enter, and I'm just going to go up like this just so we know where it is. Hit escape and do the exact same thing on the other side. All right, now we can go over here to the circle tool. This one we want to make sure that it's the center point circle, just so we can make sure it's lined up on the center point. So we're gonna drag this here, and as soon as I let go, it highlights that box. And with the calipers, I've already pre-measured this, but you'll probably have to do the same. I'm gonna enter 0.86. All right, now I'm gonna do the same thing for the other end, 0.86. All right, so now that we have a little bit more of a better grasp of how our side's going to look, I actually want to change how wide this is so we have less material. In order to do that, I'm going to deselect the circle tool here. I'm going to double click the height and I'm going to change it to what I want. So I'm going to change it instead to 1.5 inches. And there we go. It's nice and thin. All right, after this, if you want to round your edges, you can use this tool up at the top. So the sketch fillet, if I select that and I touch one edge here, the other edge here, and pull this down, it kind of makes a curve. I hit enter. It's around 0.65 of an inch, just to make this a round number so it's easy to enter it for the other four corners. I'm just going to put this as 0.7. And now I'm going to select this side, and it should automatically remember what the measurement was and repeat it. Awesome. Now we have our corners rounded. From here, what you can do is, it's up to you. However you want to design your side, you can leave it as is, you can make it lighter. If you want to add something into the middle, that's totally up to you. You can add text. So up here we have the text box. You would select this, make a little box, type in what you want, hit the check mark, and it automatically puts this here. So that's something you can do. Actually, if you're doing that, make sure you line it up beforehand on your body, so everything works out nice. All right, so let's say we wanted to upload an image, trace it, and then use that design to cut out our middle. What we would do is we'd go up to the top tab right here. You're gonna see something that says Insert DXF. Just to the right of that, you're gonna click the little drop down arrow. You're gonna go Insert Image. Then this little window will pop up. At the very bottom, you'll see Import. So we're gonna select Import. Actually, sorry, before we select import, we need to find an image. So we're going to head over to Google and we're going to find a lightning bolt to put in there. Now, if you find like a PNG or a SVG file, it might not work. So you want to type in JPEG in your search, and you want to make sure the background just looks like a normal background like this. Once we find a lightning bolt we like, we can right click this here, go save image as. A menu will pop up. It'll be a little bit different for you since you're on Windows there, but you want to save it to a location where you want to remember where it is. The easiest place is downloads. We're going to hit save. Then we want to head back over to OnShape, select import, and then we're going to see the little lightning bolt clip art pop up. We're going to select that there, upload it, and then we see it pop up right here. So this little notification will pop up. We can just exit that. We can take our lightning bolt clip art. It's automatically selected, and there we go. We selected it there. Sorry, it's not automatically selected. And then you're just going to drag and put it into the drawing. Now that we have a reference image, we can use this to make a cool design. You want to make sure that you don't accidentally select the edge. So let's do this one more time. Remember, it doesn't have to be exact, as long as it's close enough. We won't be seeing the original image anyways. It's just a reference. All right, now that we got our whole thing selected here, we can deselect that line tool, drag our JPEG away, and now we have our shape. For our shape, we want to move this so that it's along the middle here. So the easiest way to do that is with the transform tool. So the transform tool is actually hidden away. So up here, you're going to see something that says linear pattern. Just to the right of that, we're going to click the drop down arrow and we're going to select transform. Now that transform is selected, we're going to highlight the whole thing we want to transform. And this gives us 3 options. So one, we can move the position with these arrows right here. You can do it left or right, up or down. The other thing that you can move to is the rotation. So we're going to take this little circle here and rotate it down. And the other thing you can change is the scale. So if you accidentally made it too big for the body there, you can scale it down so it actually fits. All right, we're going to put this over our image here so it lines up kind of nice. All right, now that it's positioned how we want it to be, you're going to see that little icon with the mouse click button. We just click that, and when we do, it'll snap it right to where we want it to be. All right. Now, from here, we can alter it. So if you want to adjust it by making it bigger, you can grab these nodes and just move everything over. But this is totally up to you how you want to customize it. We need to consider all the pieces we need. So of course, with our Mousetrap car, if your design calls for it, you want to make two sides. So what we can do is, with this whole thing selected, we're going to select it like that. We're going to right click and we're going to say copy sketch entities. So if we select copy sketch entities, it then copies it. Then we're going to right click it one more time and press paste sketch entities. After that, it pops up right here. But we want to make everything close together so that we don't waste a bunch of material on the laser cutter. So what we can do is we can press the transform tool again. We can select this second side here, and we can drag and move it so it's lined up. It usually snaps into place, and we want to make them right nice and close to each other. And now that we move the mouse around, make sure that icon pops up, click that, and it snaps it over. All right, now we got both of our sides complete.